Today we're going to be making some keto noodles. Noodles are my downfall, so that's why I chose to make this one. This is 2 ingredient. It uses mozzarella cheese and egg yolks. Now I used packaged mozzarella cheese because it needed to be used or it was going to go bad. Let's not, burn me at the stake just yet. You don't have to use your scale. I just had a huge package and I needed 8 ounces. Then you're going to put that in the microwave at 30-second intervals until it is completely melted. Stir it together, make sure that it's fully melted, and then let it set for 2 minutes. I think mine took about 2 minutes to melt too, in case you're wondering. Next, you want to separate your yolks from your whites. Save the whites for something else. You could use them in an omelet, a frittata, whatever. We just want the yolks, and we want 2 of them. After the cheese has set for 2 minutes, you're going to add your yolks in. You're going to basically coat the cheese in the egg yolks, mix it together, and try to form a quote-unquote dough. Next, you want to get a sheet pan and line it with parchment paper. Learn from my mistake and go ahead and spray that parchment paper down with avocado oil or olive oil or cooking spray, whatever you have on hand. I did it on one and not the other, and I wound up having to go back and get a second sheet because it stuck like crazy. We're going to put this eggy cheese mixture out onto the parchment paper, and you want to make it as thin as possible, so that's why the 2 pieces of parchment, get a rolling pin, and go ahead and roll it out. Here's where I was double checking to make sure that the avocado oil went ahead and let that parchment paper release. Then you're going to put it on your sheet tray and you're going to stick it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes, not 03. After that 30 minutes, you're going to go ahead and pull it out, use a pizza cutter, and cut it into thinly shaped noodles. Now, if you have something that gives you a little more uniformity, then by all means use it. Otherwise, tell everyone it's rustic. It works. About this time, I realized that you were actually supposed to let it set in the refrigerator for 24 hours. I didn't have that kind of time frame, so I stuck it back in the refrigerator while I brought my water to a boil, and then we went ahead and we cooked them. As I was putting them into the boiling water, make sure you salt your water just like you would pasta, and then go ahead and try to separate the strands of pasta apart from each other. You are going to boil them for about 30 seconds. It's very quick, very similar to real pasta. You just want to basically cook that egg, but you don't want to melt the cheese. It's going to take about 30 seconds and they will start to float. Once that happens, this is where you need to take them off the heat and you need to run it under cold water. I have heavy cream on my hand. And apparently while you're in the kitchen by yourself, you can sing, but it gets caught on camera and whatever. Next thing you want to do is you actually want to put your pasta into a pan or a bowl and then pour your sauce over it. I put mine into the pan, therefore my pasta started to kind of melt again. Otherwise, no big deal. But it will melt, remember, because it's cheese. So I probably wouldn't make this again. It kind of had a little bit of a weird consistency. It had a little more chew like cheese would. My husband wasn't a fan. I'm very glad I tried this, and maybe you would like it better than I would, but it kind of almost felt like you were eating cheese. So, try it, let me know, and tell me what I did wrong to make it better, please.